It's loud.
McLean's come over here with a loud family member. God, dog. Bring a puppy.
New puppy.
So cute.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I think we're recording now.
All right, perfect. So welcome, everyone. And again, I'm excited to be here this morning, and I'm excited for you guys. Y'all are about to hear from a good friend of mine, Shane McCardle. And you know, Shane, he's going to share a lot of different things. On these calls, you're going to get different perspectives. Some people are going to talk about what to post on social media. Some people are going to talk about belly to belly. And then you talk about, you know, different aspects of the same systems in what we do. And what you have to understand is that, you know, there's different personality types are going to do different things, yet with the same system. But what you'll also realize that in this style of marketing, the most important thing is about building relationships. And Shane has been incredible at that. I've become good friends with him and all that. And that's what I love most about this business is the friendships that you create. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to my good friend, Shane McCardle. Over to you, my friend.
Thanks, Chris. You know, it doesn't get old. You know, what doesn't get old here is when you hear people say nice things about you. And I appreciate that, Chris. Thanks very much. I value our friendship as well. And that's one of the beautiful things here is we have opportunities to build friendships here in this business. It's not like that work, you know, that job where, you know, when you leave, it's like you just get replaced. And it's hard to develop those relationships at work where, like, I don't know about you, but in my whole working career, I'm 49 years old, in my whole working career, I genuinely have like one friend from all of my jobs. So if I'm around in town and I'll phone them up and say, hey, you want to get together? One. Like, is it because of me? I don't think so. I think it's because it's just the way that it is, right? You just kind of move on. It was just an experience and you move on. But here, it seems a lot different. You have the opportunity to really meet and gel with people. It's like our hearts all sort of beat the same. We have a very, very, very close closeness of who we are. And therefore, it's a bond that we have, which is fantastic. So that's a great opportunity that a lot of people don't really talk about. But here, you really genuinely have the ability to make friendships. You know, I and Prather down here, you know, we bond. Chris, we bond. Ricky, we bond. And it's a fantastic business and an opportunity to get that value, to have a wealthy life. I don't know about you, but I love my wealthy life. Wealthy, it really has nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with experiences and people you bring into it. For me anyways, I get to travel, get to golf, get to do lots of things that give me value in my life. So anyways, I kind of got a squirrel moment there. I didn't introduce myself. Chris introduced me, but yes, I am Shane McCardle. I'm from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. I just love seeing the Buckmans on their boat over there. They're always sitting as a couple and they always just look so chill and cool. Yeah, they do. So I'm from Vancouver, Canada, and I'm going to give you a little bit of value here. I'm going to get into some training on how to get started, but I'm not done my little rant on how beautiful this family is. I'm feeling all lovey and snuggly today. It's 9 o'clock in the morning here, and it's just a beautiful thing. You know, you've got so many amazing people. You can build a team here of people that also want to join you. I'm sitting on here right now. I'm looking at Carrie right now. Looking at Carrie right there with her. I think she's got her new hair. Carrie, did you get your hair done? Is that your new hair in that picture? See, how do I know she's got her new hair? Why do I care? Well, because we follow each other and we genuinely care. Where'd she go? Her picture left, but she got her hair done. It looks like she got her hair done. But we do this together as a team. And that's the beautiful thing is nothing is an I in here. It's always a we, which is a wonderful thing. You know, it's a fantastic, out of the box thinking platform that you've jumped in. So if you're new here, is anybody new here? Put your hand up if you're new. Brand new? Brand new. Anybody brand new on here? No, you're just coming on here just to sort of get, and nobody's brand new? Nobody. Wow. Okay, well. Okay, because I had some things written down here. I actually wrote some things down for some brand new people. But you know what? We've all heard this before. And we kind of all know this before. So if you're feeling like you're not close to people in your team or whatever, and that feels like, man, I don't get that. I don't really have that in here. We all have the ability to do our part to make sure that whatever we want and whatever we want out of this path that we get. If you want to be closer to people, then step up and be closer to your people that are on your team. Believe me, nobody in this business, I don't know of anybody in this business that just doesn't care about the people that are on their team. I don't know a single person. So um, there we go. So let's get into this training because this might be seen by somebody else that you might share with, or somebody may share this with somebody else. I wanted to talk about just the very beginning getting started. I don't think we really talk about the very beginning stuff. So I wanted to give you some value on here about how to get rocking in your business. I personally, I'll tell you how I share my business in a bit, but to get started, we all know that one of the simplest things that we can do is you've just enrolled. Okay, so you've just enrolled and you're super excited. Okay, which is a fantastic time because the excitement's never higher than the very beginning. So the very first thing we want to make sure that we do is we want to make sure that we have downloaded the app, the Happy Co app. Very important tool for you. See, in this business, we're way different than other businesses. Where in this business, we don't want to be the really smart one. We don't want to be coming across as we need to know a lot, that we need to have a blue shirt on and blue eyes and have their hair slicked over to the side and have, you don't want to come across where it is that a person that you're talking to believes that they have to, sorry, somebody was unmuted there, squirrel, that they have to be a certain something before they can get started. So usually at the very beginning, what happens is a lot of people will change from a customer to a sharer, right? So the natural progression is that a lot of customers will just say, you know what, and they just start sharing it. Well, I gave some to my sister or my brother or my mom, or there's a lady at work and my partner, or whatever that it is. All of a sudden they start sharing. They've shared it to another person and then another person, and it just comes natural because when we're feeling amazing, isn't it just natural to say, oh my, you got to try this stuff. Like, this is cool. This was so awesome. And we're excited. Even as a customer, we're excited. And then we start sharing. And then the enroller is like, hey, if you're talking to your customers and making sure that they're having a great experience. And I do that. I will talk to my customers on day number 1, day number 2, day number 3, just to say, hey, how are things going? How are things going with the product? I want to know because I want them to have a great experience, right? So in the customer land, what I do is then day about maybe 15, I'll get back in touch with them again, and then what I do is at that time I'll have a little small chat with them, and they're usually saying, "Oh yeah, I shared this with my friend here, there, the other where." I said, "You know what? Like, you're already sharing it. Wouldn't you like to earn a little extra income doing that?" And at that point there, when they're a customer, they're going to say, like, usually this is what happens. They're going to say, "Oh, no, I don't have, I don't have time." Or, "Oh, no, I don't know anything about." Or there's always that immediate sort of, "Oh, no. Has anybody had that happen?" Anybody? Yeah. Look at Aaron's like, yeah. Yep. So, right. Same with Wendy's like, yeah. So if we take it back a few notches and we think about how it is that we shared that product or that thing, that information with that person, if we made it look like you needed to know a lot. Oh my goodness. And it's got this ingredient and that ingredient and this, and you can pronounce those big names. And you're like talking about what it does with the hormones, and you're taking like 45 minutes to talk to them, or 20 minutes to talk to them about it, or what have you. At that time where you had that discussion with your partner, with your customer, they're going to say, "Nope, I don't know everything like you. I don't have the time to learn everything like you." It's immediate. It's just a very quick in their brain. Man, you took like 20 minutes. You know what? You knew all those big words. You know what? You're a massage therapist, or you're a whatever that you do with your job. Maybe you're a job that is, like a holistic nutritionist, or I'm not calling these out, but you have a job where it looks like you have a lot of education. People are going to think they can't do this if you start doctor talking on them. right? So what you're aiming for here is you're aiming for the aha moment in which the customer that you have, that you've shared the product with, that it's so easy and was so simple that you say, don't you remember when I, because they're gonna say no. They're gonna say, I can't, no time, no whatever. Wendy, Aaron and Wendy both said, yeah, that happens. They're gonna say that automatically. But what you do is you say, don't you remember when I introduced this to you, it was like I just told you like my story. It was like 20 seconds, 30 seconds. And you said, and then I flipped you a video to explain it. So this is where the app comes in. If you have just flipped them a video to talk about how the product works, if you flip them a PDF from your app that explains all the ingredients, if you haven't doctor talked, said any big words, I still refuse to mention any big words. I refuse to even learn them because I know if I learn them, I'm going to talk to them because I'm all about ego, right? I'm like, and I know this, I know that. That's my past life. I was like, I know what I'm talking about. If I know what I'm talking about, then you're going to believe me, and then you're going to buy. But it kind of puts a detriment into the building of the business. You want to make it look so super easy, so super simple, no time at all, need to know nothing, and connect them to a tool to do all the explaining. Because let's face it, we are busy. We're super busy here. We're not here to have another job. We're here to do something in our spare time. Do something in our spare time. And I was right, Johnny, on the spot, wasn't I? And that mute button is pretty quick. So to do something that is simple and easy that we can do that's not taking a lot of our time. And if we show it doesn't take a lot of our time, then they're going to see it takes no time. And then they're going to go, you're right. That aha moment. You know what? You're right. It didn't take you any time. All you did do was just flip me off to a video. And I did have questions, but you just connected me with Todd, or you connected me with Aaron, and they answered it all for me. Yes, I was busy massaging. I was massaging somebody because I'm a massage therapist. I was busy massaging, and I had Chris do all that information. Don't you remember? And they're going to go, oh yeah, that's right, you did. And then you go, yeah. And then they're going to say, oh yeah, even I could do that. Even I could fit that in my time. It took you, we were talking about something else, and you brought up in 30 seconds your little story about how it was that you were feeling that way. And then yeah, it was only like 30 seconds. And we were already having that conversation anyways. So that's an intricate part of how to build your business from a customer, a happy customer, wanting to make that switch into also sharing. Now that comes with the tools. So the app is a tool. I wanted to talk about the app. Make sure that you've downloaded the app. And this is the reasons why. The app makes it simple. You've got all your information on your app. You got your PDFs, you got your videos of how the product works. I use that 2-minute video all the time. I don't know if you know the 2-minute video. It's just that quirky little thing of a little teacup guy jumping around and happy copy, blah, blah, blah. But when I say to people, and you know what, I'm going to send you. Listen, I mean, I could tell you some stuff about this, but to tell you the truth, I really don't even really know everything about it. I just know I drink it and it makes me feel like I felt. That's the shtick. And it's the truth. And it's going to take me, probably, me, I even called myself out. I'm like, I talk a lot. We all know that. And I could sit here and I could spend 45 minutes to an hour talking to you about everything about this, or I could send you a very quick, funny, short 2-minute video that would explain everything. Let's save you some time. That's what I say, because I talk a lot, and that's really genuinely the truth. And people know I talk a lot. So yeah, people know I talk a lot. Yeah, definitely. So I just say, hey, I'll save you some time. And I mentioned it's a quick, short, fun, quirky little video that's going to give you all the information you need on the product. And when do you have time that you could watch it? When do you have time? When do you have time? I give them 2 options. When do you have time between like tonight, between like 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. to watch that? I'll send it to you. And then they say, well, you know what, 7 o'clock. And I said, perfect. I'll send it to you about 6:45. And then I'll follow up with you afterwards and see what you thought. So I take control of the conversation, take control of the information. I get them to pick 2 choices between 7 and 9, or when do you have time between whatever and whatever. Give them 2 choices, right? Not that they're like, Well, I don't know when. I give them 2 times or time between X time. I say, I'll send it to you 15 minutes before and I'll follow up with you just right after with a text message and see how you liked it. Because that gives them a little bit of commitment. I don't know about you. Commitment seems to be a struggle for people. They just don't want to commit. You know, I have a lot of people that talk this type of, I don't know, soon, or they say soon, or sometimes, or when you want to meet up. I don't know, sometime tomorrow. Okay, how about 5 o'clock ish? Like, these are new languages that we have. People are so non-committal, and I say that because I'm on these dating app things, and that's the talk that I get back, and it drives me crazy because I like blocking in my times, and I'm pretty organized that way. I'm like, ish. What is an ish exactly? I never learned that in school. There's like a 5 o'clock. There's the minutes, and now there's these ishes. So have them get sort of nailed down into a time, okay? So you can properly, take control of your business. You can take control of your business where then you follow up with them right after. You do what you say you're going to do. You know what? I followed up. A lot of the reason why you follow up and you do what you say you're going to do is because nobody does it anymore. And then someone says, you know what? This person really takes their stuff seriously. They actually did what they said they were going to do. This person actually cares. Wow, they sent it to me 15 minutes before. They followed up right afterwards because it's 2 minutes. They followed up right after. Hey, what did you like best? Not, hey, what did you think? Hey, what did you like best about what you read? Or what did you like best about what you heard? What do you like best? And I said that 3 times because it's important. That's a need to know on the final exam at the end of the call. It's not nice. That's very important. As my professors used to say that all the time. Okay, this is absolutely need to know. And it's going to be and then you knew it was on the final exam. It was nice to know. You just go in like typical me. I don't know if other guys do this, but in one ear, right out the other, right? Nice to know was gone because my 1 megabyte memory stick, you only got so much room, so gone. So that's kind of like need to know stuff. What did you like best? Do what you say you're going to do. This is a way for us to be different than most people out there. Is to, excuse me 1 second, to be different than most people out there. The majority of the people can't commit. The majority of the people don't do what they say they're going to do. And you're special because you really genuinely care about these people. So let's get myself back on track. The issues kind of threw me off again. The issues. 10-ish? What is that? Or how about this one? I don't know. How about in the afternoon? I'm like, okay, afternoon. What is afternoon? This is the way that the brains are working these days. Afternoon? Like afternoon to me, afternoon is like between 12 and like 4 p.m. Then it turns into kind of like early evening, and then evening. Does it not? I don't know. Like the afternoon is a big chunk. Like it's a big chunk in the afternoon. How about tomorrow afternoon? Okay, let's narrow it down. Well, how about 2 o'clock-ish? Drives me crazy. Drives me nuts. I don't know. Maybe I should have some more 2 Xanthamaxes in a day. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about, like, Wendy's just giggling over here. Isn't that nice? It's funny. And Erin's laughing at me too. This is awesome. Yeah. Anyways, so it was probably like, no wonder you're single, dude. Like, geez, no wonder. Okay, let's get to care and share. Okay, so now that I don't take much seriously in life, guys. I really don't. So there's 4 steps, okay? So there's 4 simple steps to how to do this business. So they're so simple and they never change, okay? So the 4 steps are: be a product of the product, which means at around 9-ish, no, I'm just kidding. So the first thing, Erin, she got that one. That was awesome. So in the morning, you just wake up, drink your coffee. Whenever you want to do, take your coffee, take your pill. Be a product of the product. That's step number 1. That's pretty simple. We all do that. We all love it. Be a product of the product. Number 2 is share your story or a story about what the product did for you when it comes to somebody else saying something that you believe with your heart that this product could help them with. It's quite simple, right? But some people get this wrong. And yes, share our story, but why are we sharing our story? Is it because we feel the person has a need for it? Or do we just walk up to them, hey, Bob, haven't seen you in a long time. Oh my gosh, you know what my story is? My story is I was feeling like this. And then all of a sudden I felt like that because I did this. And oh my goodness, and you got to try. That's not it. Really, the share is really if you're a hunter, right? Anybody hunt on here? Anybody a hunter? I'm not a hunter. But is anybody a hunter? Fisherman? Well, Todd probably is. Those guys probably are. They probably fish. Probably just don't look good looking all the time on the boat, just sitting there and sipping cocktails. It's probably there's 4 fishing rod holders on that boat. They definitely fish. So, or they're just looking the part. They look good. They look good in that part for sure. So if you're a hunter, what you do is, so you're hunting birds. You flush the birds out, then you shoot them, right? So that's what you do. That's what hunters do. I don't know. I don't hunt. But so you're sort of talking to some people and you're sort of flushing out them mentioning that they're not feeling well. And typically the way that the flushing out is, hey, how you doing these days? Or hello, how are you? Hey, it's been a long time. How are things? How are you handling things these days? And then all of a sudden you sit with your rifle, your fake rifle, that's hypothetical or whatever that is, metaphorically, your rifle, which is your ears. Your ears is just sitting there and saying, oh, he said he's tired. Oh, he says he's stressed. Oh, he's going through a lot of things. Oh, he wishes that he could lose some weight. Oh, he's drinking a little bit more these days. Oh, and you're listening to all these things and you're like, man, sounds like a struggle. You say this, it sounds like a struggle. You know what? I was there. I was right where you are. This is incredible. Like, I can't believe this. It's almost universal, or it's the universe, or it's God speaking through me. Really, it is. We're all walking angels. And if we hear with our ears and we lead with our heart and we just say, you know what? I was feeling like that too. Or maybe you don't. I deal with a lot of women, and a lot of women in my age bracket, they're going through menopause. So I'll talk about that, how I deal with that. I mean, what the heck do I know about menopause, right? And what is some woman gonna like, oh, he knows about menopause? Yeah, rah, rah, rah. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna say something differently. And if I remember to get back to it, because squirrel thing, I will get back to that story, okay? But we want to lead with a story that resonates with their story. Oh, you're saying you were tired. It's hard to get up in the morning. It's hard to stay positive. You know, and I was feeling that exact same way, Bob. And you know what? Or Tammy, I was feeling that exact same way. Tammy, you know, it was hard. It was a struggle. And then what happened is a friend of mine. Then you tell the authentic, real story, the real story. There's nothing to be ashamed of. There's nothing to hide here in this business, okay? Your true story is the story that you know the best, you believe in the most. You know what? A friend of mine told me about this stuff. And I'm going to go to extreme here because I like going extremes. But, you know, my friend told me about this stuff. And you know what? This friend is always like slinging something. And I'm like, okay, Betty, whatever. You know, got some stuff. But I was, a skeptic. But I said, what have I got to lose? And I tried this stuff. You know what? And like the next day, I recognized that I was feeling amazing. Like I didn't feel like that anymore. Like that, actually, you know what? That day, I felt better. And then I woke up and it was like I had a deeper sleep. I slept better. But not only was I feeling not sad or not whatever it was, an energy or less motivated, not only was I feeling more motivated and all that stuff, it actually worked. So you know what? I kept taking it. I ordered some, whatever it was, I ordered some. Or you know what? I liked it so much. I just said, you know what? I have to share this stuff. It changed my life. If you would like, I could get you some information on that. I am confident that if it did that for me, there's nothing that says it wouldn't do it for you. Does it sound like you'd like some information? Yes, I would. Perfect. I'll get you some. And then I shared the information from what? From the app. See, Mary, she nailed it. See, she's right below me on the screen. Mary nailed it. I'm sure you guys all did too. From the app, or you send them a PDF, or you send them the video, whichever you think is best. And yeah, share some information. So share your story. Now, what was I supposed to get back to? Oh yeah, the menopause part, right? The menopause, right? So so you want to share a story that's relatable to that person, right? So, for example, I have a lot of women, and it's something that I've experienced is that the women that I have encountered don't really like talking about that subject in the first place. You know what? It's like I think that I think women are beautiful. Okay. I think that you guys are the strongest people on earth. I really do. You're amazing, absolutely incredible. And you guys go through a lot. You do, right? You've got, when you're my daughter's age, well, my daughter was younger, you have to go through that monthly thing, and then you got to have kids, and that takes a toll. And then you have the hardest job in the world, being a mother. And then now all of a sudden you get this last gift of yours, which is menopause. And this is a struggle too. And you got to go through that too. And men don't give enough credit to this, because I've learned it's a struggle. It's a real, real, real struggle. And because I've come across it a lot, I know lots about it. But I also know that if I was going to be, oh my gosh, menopause, that's a real struggle. Probably some of you guys are, what do you even know about menopause, man? Like, why are you even talking about it? Well, here's the thing. I don't know what it feels like. So I don't even talk about it. I hear going through menopause, it's a struggle, and I'm like, then my heart now comes up through my mouth, and I want to help. And I say, you know what? I've read a few things. I happen to take this product that helps me with, and I say it helps me with, more clarity and focus in the day. You know what? It helps me like feel like I don't even need a nap in the afternoon. It like basically has completely controlled my appetite, my cravings. And you know what? I actually even lost a few pounds off of this stuff. It was really easy. And I said, no, I don't know. Then I say, so those are all things that people with menopause are struggling with, right? And then some people that I used to just think it was just a hot flash. I was like, whatever, man, open the window. Very, very insane. Whatever, you're hot, open the window, put a fan on, put the air conditioning on. But it's way more than that, right? Once I learned about it, I was like, man, that's a struggle. So instead of me saying that, what I say is I say, I don't even mention I know anything about menopause. I'm like, man, I've heard the triggers. I'm tired. Maybe they're tired, whatever. Or I know what the triggers are. I know what it feels. I know what it feels like. Well, I mean, I don't know, but I've heard. Okay, I've heard. I haven't gone through it. Don't don't shoot me now. I don't know. I just heard about it. So I say how it helped me of what they're suffering from, right? So what I say is, I already said it. Tired and I know that a lot of women that I speak to say that once they hit that, that's it. Well, once you hit menopause, you can't lose weight. I'm like, no, that's not true. I know that's not true. So I mentioned little dabbles of what they're going through. But then what I do is I say, you know what? I'm taking this for this, but I've actually read some stories. I've read some stories about how this is actually helping people with the same situation as you. I could get you some of that information. There's like 50, 60 stories of people that have taken the same stuff as I do. And I could get you into that group, and I could tag in a few posts. Now they're going to go read those stories. Now I'm not talking about the menopause part. I didn't even talk about the menopause part, but I heard her and I said, I got some information for you. If you can connect them to a tool pertaining to the struggle that they're going through. I also wanted to talk about this. I want to talk about our stories. Okay. So here is, although we have our real stories, right? Our story needs to be relatable to the person in their struggle. So for example, if I was going to I'm a role player, I guess. I don't know, I'm role playing here. So if I was going out and my story was, for example, I was just talking to Tammy earlier. Tammy, do you mind if I share your story, like sort of a version of your story? Because she's got an incredible story. You know what? I was suffering from deep, deep depression at one point, and I took this product, and it actually got me off of my depression meds. It was incredible. Like I was really, really depressed, and now I'm doing it. Now I'm doing life in a roundabout way, right? That's a real story. It's an absolutely real, true story. And thank you for sharing that with me. And we had a little chat earlier before the call popped on. So if we have a real story that's that profound, right, and we're eager to share it, and we're excited to share our story, right? But if the person was complaining about, I don't know, inflammation, for example, I'm really inflamed, and or high blood pressure, for example. Let's just say high blood pressure. Even though we don't treat or cure anything here, there's some stories in there of people who, with the consultation of their doctors, they have gotten off of some meds. So Tammy shares her story. Oh, you know what? You're suffering from high blood pressure or whatever, and maybe he's tired. Maybe he's just tired. You're tired? And we said, you know what, I got this stuff. And I was really depressed, like deep depressed. And I took this stuff and now I'm even off my depression meds. Bob or Steve or Janet, whoever it is like, what are you talking about? Like, I was talking to you about being tired, or I was talking to you about high blood pressure. I was talking to you about something else. If we take our story that has nothing to do with what they're suffering from, and we want just, hey, all I'm supposed to do is share my story. So I want to sort of change that a little bit and provoke some thought. Does everybody get that it's sort of disconnected? Wait a minute, depression, off my depression meds, and the guy's got blood pressure or just tired. The person's going to say, that was really kind of weird. Like I was talking about something completely different. Weren't you listening to me? So find a story that's going to resonate with the person's complaint. Person's complaining about maybe weight gain. Tell a story about something about how it is that weight gain. Someone's complaining about being sad or depressed. Tell a story about something. If you don't have that story, you have to find that story to connect them to that story. Does that make sense? And how do we do it? Well, it's the groups that we're in. We're in the team, your daily dose group, right? Everybody knows that group. Do you know that group? If you're new on here, your team has a page. The page that I use is I think it's the daily dose. Can I get a nod? I think it's the daily dose because there's two, it's kind of two of them there. Your daily dose. And there's 17,000 people in there with probably like 14,000 stories. And you can find any story to connect the person to. You connect that person to a story that's going to resonate. Sorry, squirrel. Yeah, thanks. So there you go. Oh my God, you got to hear my friend's story. So I didn't even have the comments on. Thank gosh. I'm going to turn those back off. I got a problem with squirrelies anyways with all your beautiful smiles. So connect them. Oh my God, you got to hear my story. Exactly. I don't know if that was Ricky or if that was Jessica, but thank you for that. So connect them to the story and the tool that resonates with their complaint. Okay. Make sure that your story that you're telling is the reason why you're telling it. You've heard something, your heart starts talking. Right? Your heart's doing the talking, not our mind. Make sure you lead with your heart and be authentic and be empathetic. Man, and tell your story. If you can lead with your heart, because everybody, let's face it, everybody that you're going to talk to, although that you're trying to help them, is going to have this split-second belief that they just want to. They're just trying to sell me something. Oh, anybody had this? People who've got their cameras on. Has anybody had this where you send them the website and like, oh, you're trying to sell me this? Oh, you're trying to sell me something? Oh, because you're trying to sell me something. And that's one of those mental blocks that we have in our minds. Or has everybody had this with the business? Oh shoot, brain fart there. It'll come back to me. Trust me, it will. It'll come back. I know. Look at Monica. She's like, no, that looked like that was a real good one. You were about to like really nail something on the head there with something. I assure you, and it'll come back. That's just the way my brain works. It's on a loop, constant loop. So see if you're not having fun doing this, man, I don't even know why you'd want to do this if you're not having fun and giggling, right? So completely lost it. It's over there. It's in the front yard now. So anyway, if you're not leading with your heart and you're not coming, I was talking about, yeah, that's right. It came back. See, come back, came back. So if you're not leading with your story, with caring and the sharing part, and you're sharing and your heart is doing the talking, then something's awry. If people are going to say to themselves, oh, you're just trying to sell me something, and that's usually a block in this business. People are like, yeah, but they're just going to think I'm selling them something. Or someone's going to say, yeah, but you're trying to sell me something. Right? Does everybody get that? Like, and it's got this ugly thing attached to it for some reason. Anybody get that? It's not, I'm here to tell you, it's not ugly. Every single thing in the world is bought and sold. Everything, or it has to be sold to be bought, right? These two frames had to be bought. Heck, I bought that sign. Heck, you can buy a drink. Everything, a phone, everything is bought and sold. There's no ugliness to it. So to combat that, what I do is this. I'm just an information giver, and I'm just a person who does what I say. I do what I say I'm going to do. And care about people leading from the heart. It gets rid of all those ickinesses. It's a whole new word I'm going to put in the dictionary next year. Ickinesses, right? It's like, you're a goofball. Okay, so the ickiness is when we lead with our brain. Because even if the person says, oh, I went to that site and it's your site, you're just trying to sell me something. Then I say, no, man, don't you remember that all I was trying to do is get you some information? I was just carrying on you. I heard you complain that you were so sad, so depressed, or I heard you were struggling, and I just gave you some information on whatever because I care. I just followed up with you because I said I was going to. I'm just being a good person. That's what, I mean, I don't say that. You can say some of that if you want to, but in your own mind, we've got to believe that what we're doing here is caring, sharing, and loving on people. That's it. Man, all I did was, listen, man, if you don't want my love, that's fine. That's fine. But at the very least, you loved on them. They've got a little seed planted in their head, and you can walk away saying, you know what? I did my part today. I tried to make a difference in someone else's life. And when you get to lay down in the evening, you can feel good about yourself. Okay? Caring, sharing, and helping. Absolutely, Tony. No, Tanya. Sorry, Tanya. Yep, squirrel. Absolutely, right? So care and share. That was, by the way, that was step number 2. I know, step number 2, and it's already been 37 minutes. And we're on number 2, but we're going to get through this. So care and share a story pertaining to their complaint that they've said to you. They've brought it up. Man, would you like to have some help with that? Ask them. Ask for permission. Would you like to have some information today? Would you like? You know what? I felt the same way. Boom. Where I was, what I did, how I feel now. Would you like some information on that? Can I get you some information on that? Would you like to get some information? Would you like to? Then they're going to say, yeah. Now you've got full permission to do whatever you want. Share a story, connect them to, but I got some questions. So step number 3. So step number 1 was to be a product of the product, feel the differences it makes in your life, care and share a story pertaining to their issue. Step number 2. Step number 3 is connect them to a tool to do all the explaining. Don't do the whole, and this is a hard one. Okay, this is a really hard one, is because we all have an ego. And we all have a belief system in our brain. And we believe that if we don't know what we're talking about, then people won't trust us. And that's not the case. Okay, it's not the case at all. Human behavior is the exact opposite. Human behavior is, I don't know, I took this pill and it made me feel better. Really? That's enough. Trust me. What it happened to you is enough. Now, if you want them to, if they have questions or whatever, you're going to say, remember, connect to the tool. I'm going to send you that. I said that earlier. This is step number 3, connect them to a tool. You're going to connect them to a video that explains it. And I described the video, a short, quick, quirky, fun little video. It's only going to take 2 minutes. When do you have time between 7 and 9 tonight to watch it, right? And then after that, there's the hardest part. Now, so we can all agree that that's pretty easy, right? That's natural, right? And if you're listening to what I'm saying and you're like, and you might, like remember the old TVs, like you had to or the radio station, you had the knobs and you had to sort of dial in the station. Aaron, you're probably too young for this, but you had to dial in the stations with the little thing going back and forth. And you're like, shh, it's a little, and then you all of a sudden oh, there's the station. Sometimes we got to dial in our game here. We got to dial in how we're sharing. We got to be really study yourself. Step back. And you know what? Because we're here. This is just a continuous growth thing that we're doing here. We're growing into our greatness here. And right out of the gate, you may not be the best, and that's okay. You may learn as you go. That as long as you're learning and you're walking through this with your sponsor, your friend who brought you in on this, and you're doing it together. If you do this together, and I really mean together, your sponsor wants to do this with you. You're not bugging your sponsor. You're not a thorn in the side to your sponsor. This is not in this company. This is not hey, buy your package and away you go. See you later, and go knock door to door and knock it dead, kid. No, this is not that. This is hey, I'd love to do this with you. When like you're almost sitting next to each other in a coffee shop, and your friend comes in, and you're sitting there talking. You're having a great time, and all of a sudden your friend comes in. Oh, hey, there's Jennifer. I always use Jennifer. I don't even know a Jennifer. I got to use a different name. I don't know, whatever. I'm going to use Erin because she's right there on my screen. Oh my God, there's Aaron. This is awesome. Hey, Aaron. Hi, how are you? Let me introduce you to your friend. Actually, it's really funny. As a matter of fact, we were just talking about you. And we were talking, no, we were just talking and hi, how are you? And she says something. I was just talking to Shane about actually some stuff. And I'm so glad that he's here because he can explain something for me. Just like you're in the coffee shop, coffee shop from Staten Island, coffees. Is that how they say it? Anybody here in Staten Island? Coffee shop. So just like you're having a coffee, casual, do it with your person. At the very beginning, if you're on here, we're here to do it with you so that we can get you further, farther, faster, because there's a system in place. And while you could go and try and learn it for year upon year upon year, or if you're working with somebody that's been here for a while, why not borrow what they have learned and they can help you implement it, right? Hey, would you mind working with me for an hour here, reaching out with some people? Yeah, sure, let's do that together. Remember, it's not an I game, it's a we game. You know, I'm not where I'm at because of me. I only did my part. I'm where I'm at because of so many other people who decided to make the decision to join me or somebody else and somebody else and somebody else. We just all vibrate with the same sort of heart. I didn't do what I did alone. We do what we do because of people that have joined in with us, people we've attached ourselves to help us get places. It's a we game. I owe my success not just to me. The vast majority of my successes here comes from the people that decided to join with me. They carry the award, not me. They're the amazing people, not me. This is a we game. Make it a we game. If you find yourself doing this alone and you find yourself, think, have I been doing this alone? Yeah, I have. Well, maybe that's what I need to change. Have I been talking to people and telling them my 45-minute story? Maybe that needs to change. Have I been mentioning the ingredients? Maybe that should change that. Have I been using the app? No, maybe I should be doing that. So it's these things that now on these calls that I implore you to look at yourself and how you've been doing it. Because I said on this call first, is anybody brand new? And nobody was brand new on here, right? So I got to kind of morph this into brand new, and then also people who've been here for a while. And maybe if we look into the mirror and really analyze how exact, because believe me, when you get excited, it's almost like we just like black out. We just start and then we don't even really know what we're doing. And we're like, so are you over talking? Nope, not at all. Nope, nope, not at all. But if you had a video camera on you, ask yourself, was I really over talking? Yeah, maybe I was. Believe me, if it isn't a 30-second shtick, if it isn't 30 seconds, 40 seconds tops about your whole coffee shtick, it's too much time. Way too much time. You know, it's a, and some are kind of, Monica, did that make sense to you? 40 seconds. And Terry, you're like, really? 40 seconds? Did you? I'll go over that. I just saw some facial expressions. I love it when people are on camera. It's so much better when people are on camera. You're like, 40 seconds, man. How can I get this done in 40 seconds? Are you kidding me? 30 seconds? Are you nuts? 30 seconds. If you could do something in 30 seconds, which could profoundly change someone's life and profoundly build your business better, would you be open for that? Would that be a win? 30 seconds? I mean, heck, 30 seconds, like 30 seconds. Like, what is 30 seconds? It's like, it's so quick. It's so quick. And I'm about to get into a role-playing thing here. And I'm laughing at myself about this because I'm going to have to say how it goes, kind of. So keep it short and simple. Exactly. But short and simple is like the ish on the clock that ladies are using now. The ish, 9 o'clock ish. How about 9-ish? How about 10-ish? What's an ish? And I call them right out. I'm like, what's an ish? What is an ish? Anyways, so here we go. 30 seconds. So short is subjective, right? So short for some people might be, short might be a half hour for some people. You know, quick might be, it's subjective. So here's how it kind of goes. And I'm going to use, how about I use Terry, because she's right there and she's got the hair blowing. She's in the photo shoot. She's her hair's blowing in the breeze up there. She's going, you're going to get in a photo shoot here? She's all like, yeah, hair's blowing in my, the wind's blowing in my hair. Okay, so here's how we kind of goes something like this. Hey, Terry, how you You don't have to come off camera. You don't have to come off mute, Terry. I'm just going to use your name. I'm going to use your name. Hi, hey, Terry, it's been a long time. How you been? Oh my gosh, it's been or usually someone say, I'm good. No way. Like, how are you dealing with all the stuff that's going on these days? Are you feeling okay? Well, it's a real struggle. And, whatever. See, Terry's struggling, right? Oh, it's a real struggle. And I'm just really, you know what? I mean, it's hard because I've gained like 30 pounds. And not you, Terry, but the fake Terry. I've gained 30 pounds and I'm tired and the kids are driving me nuts, and my damn husband, he's really pissing me off these days, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm at wit's end, he never says I'm just at my wit's end, something like that. You're like, oh my gosh, Terry, I'm really sorry to hear that. It sounds like a real struggle. You know what? So who's got the timer? Ready to time this? So Aaron, time this. Okay, ready? She's like, oh my gosh, my phone. Yeah. Ready? Set. Oh my God. It's like when you're like going to get the key in the door. Did you ever play this game? And you go to your front door and it's dark out and you go to the key in the car and Jason's going to get me, get the key in there, get the key in the car. Someone's going to kill me. And so you got and you try to get the key in the door. That was like what happened is right there with Aaron. Okay. So nobody played that game. When you walking up to your car door and you get the key and you play that game in your head. Oh my God, someone's going to get me. I did that too. Okay. So here we go. Ready? Set. Go. Terry, that sounds like a real struggle. You know what? I was going through the same thing. My husband was driving me absolutely freaking crazy. Struggle. I happened to gain 40 pounds. And actually, I did something really super simple. I don't know. This may or may not be for you. I'm not sure. But did you drink coffee at all? Oh, you do. All I did was just change my cup of coffee. Believe it or not, I thought it was nuts. A friend of mine told me about this stuff. And I was like, whatever, man, that can't work. And then, I said, what do I got to lose? So I tried it and it actually worked. Sound like something you'd be interested in? Stop. What was that? About 30 seconds. Okay. Now, believe me, even if you slowed that down a bit, because I talk kind of quick, it'd be 40 seconds tops. It's just that simple. Once you've heard what they're complaining about, and then you correlate that to something that might, from your heart, help them. That's it. So I don't even know why I got onto that. I have no clue, but that's how quick it can be. Okay, now let's talk about building a business. I want to end this on building your business. Okay, does all that's okay? It's all cool. Does anybody have any questions you want me to go through? If you do, pop them down here, but put your hand up because I'm not watching that thing because I'll get totally distracted. Okay, let's talk about building your business. Does anybody want to know? Because right now we have an amazing thing happening. Everybody know about what's happening with new brand partners and the opportunity to get them to a rank and all this stuff. And has anybody here thought to themselves, oh yeah, but I got to get them to diamond. Like I'm only a platinum or I'm only a bronze. How am I ever going to get somebody to a, has anybody said this to themselves? Right. I like role playing. Okay. So, oh, that's a great bonus. Fantastic bonus. But yeah, I'm only a star. You know what? How am I ever going to get somebody to diamond and get them an $8,000 bonus and me afford that? I'm not even going to try. Or yeah, it's nice. I mean, I'll kind of try about it, but I mean, it's nice. It's there. I know the carrot's there. I can walk towards it, but now that's really, really valuable because if you're a person like that and you like Julie, I think Julie, did you raise your hand? You did, didn't you? Say that's me. Did you say that? Who said that? Yeah, you did. And so did Terry. And you're not alone. Okay. You're not alone at all. Okay. It's much easier to quit than it is to go, right? The human mind is programmed to do the, yeah, well, I can never, yeah, no, I'm not even gonna, it's designed to not take the hard path. Well, I'll assure you is this. If it is difficult, that's the sign that if you get through it, you're going to be rewarded. It's like that in life. Did anything worth having come easy? Definitely not, right? I don't know. It just doesn't, right? Well, hard work pays off. I don't like that one, but intentful action will pay off. And hopefully I said a few things here today that, yeah, I'll try that. Or, that hasn't, if you look at your delivery and you take a few tips and tricks and you try to start dialing in, like Aaron was doing on the radio dial, right? Back in the day, Aaron, we used to have car radios that you would turn a dial and you'd have to get a bang on the button to have not just a button that just went straight to the station, right? For us old timers on here, that's how we used to do it. And we used to have TVs actually that had these rabbit things, and you used to have to like go like this to get the station to come in. You have to, they're like big antennas, and you have to do that too. It was a crazy time back in those days. It was awesome. So we have to dial in our delivery, dial in your delivery, learn about what. So if you're not where you wanted to be here on this call today, that's just living proof that you need to alter some things up. Man, I've been doing this for 4 years and it just doesn't work. Really? How many times have you altered your path? How many times have we tried to change, alter? Has it been a you game or a we game? Has it been an I game or a we game? If it's an I game, I did this. If you're talking I did this and I reached out and I got some information. I change your I game to a we game. We want that. We want it to be a we game. We want to help, encourage, lift you up to where you want to get to. Be open to learning new things, trying new things. It's great to try new things, right? Has anybody done like nothing in their life? Also, they were super scared and they went bungee jumping, for example. Then after you went bungee jumping, you're like, man, I want to try new things. You went bungee jumping, like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. That was super awesome. And your mind's just completely blown. It's like, wow, that was crazy. I'm going to try another new thing. This was incredible, right? That is what this game is about, is altering things. So if you're not where you wanted to be today, let's just say you talk to 2 people a day. 2 people a day you talk to, and it's just not working. It's been a year. Well, that's a sign. That's a sign it's time to grow and try something different. Not a different company. It's not a different company. Okay. Don't be the person that goes and says, well, it wasn't working there with the product. No, it wasn't working there because it was the corporate. No, we got to look in the mirror first, right? If you're continuing to do the same thing over and over and over and over again, then that's not try some things that are different. Okay. So I don't even know why I got on that. We were talking about building your business. That's right. So we're going to end on building your business. How do we build your business? Let's face it. You believe in the product. That's why you're here. You believe in something here, and that's why you're here. You believe either you're in a position where you, oh, that's right. I was going to talk about, I totally sidetracked. I'm going to get myself back on that railroad track going eastbound, that one. So I wanted to talk to you guys about Monica's like, you're crazy, man. I am crazy. Thank goodness I'm crazy. Thank goodness I'm not like the rest of them. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. People say it all the time. You are crazy. Thank God I am. Totally different. Okay. That's probably why I'm single. Probably because women just can't handle. Can't. I'm too out there. So here we go. So we want to build our business. Okay, I make myself blush. Can you guys see that on camera? Isn't that awesome? So anyways, actually, oh man, the stories I could tell you. Okay, back on the railroad track going eastbound. How do we build our business? Okay, how do you build your business? Number one, alter your behavior and what it is that you're doing your delivery. Okay. There is something to learn here for you. So there was something on this call that somewhere, somehow, it was a little piece of information for you to go, and gave you the right? So building this business. If you, with these incentives that are out there, you're saying, you know what we said earlier about, but I'm only a star, or I'm only a thing. I've been here for X amount of years, and it seems like it's hard. Remember, it seems like it's going to be hard to get to those bonuses that you want. If it seems like it's hard, that's the sign. That's the automatic sign that thank goodness it's hard, because that's your sign that you need to change something and go for it. Don't be the person that says, that's too difficult, and not do anything and not change. Don't be that person. That's not you. You're not normal, and that's the normal thing to do. And none of us are normal. Believe me, I'm way out there unnormal, but I can tell you that we're all not normal. We're amazing, incredible, loving, caring, giving people who want something different for ourselves. But as we said earlier, nothing worth having comes easy. So the sign is already there for you. That's going to be really hard to get to that. No, it's not going to be hard. I assure you it's not. It's going to be simple, but it isn't going to be easy. And it's all on to you. just have to dial in some things, make a few changes that maybe you picked up a few here. And if you want to, you can you reach out to me anytime. I'll work with you. No problem. You can reach out to me and dial in some things more specifically if you want to. We can work together on that. However, we need to change our, Julie's saying she's not normal. That's awesome. So we need to change some things. So if you are so you got to get someone to diamond. So here's the easy, does somebody want the easy way to do it? Who wants the easy way to get there? This is the simple and easy way to do it. Okay, you want to get your person to diamond, right? The goal is not to get you to diamond. The goal is actually, if you've never been diamond, you don't have to worry about that. You're not trying to get you to diamond. You're trying to get your new partner to diamond, right? So whether you could be a star and still get a person to diamond, how? Introduce them to an ambassador. Introduce them to a diamond that's already there. Introduce them to a black diamond or whatever that's already there, that's on your team. Introduce them. If you've proven to yourself over time, I just don't have the skills, and it's a chance that I got to start, I may want to start looking at changing a few things. While you're changing something and you get a new partner, then attach them with you, remember the we game, to somebody else that's already there. Why? Because if you're not as confident in being able to get, like, let's face it, I could never, our whole body language kind of like goes down, right? Well, I could never because I'm not and the whole belief starts eking out of our mouth, right? And maybe it's in our brain, right? I'm going to demonstrate it in visual form because I'm on camera. I can never do that because I'm just a kind of like thing. That's what it feels like, and that's your own self-talk. How do you combat that? Well, you gain your belief, you borrow somebody else's. So the instant easy thing to do, I don't know about you guys, but I would much rather tag somebody else in and then go out fishing. I'd rather tag somebody in and get my feet massaged. I'd rather tag somebody in and go golfing. Tag somebody in, tag you're in, awesome. I'm going to go enjoy my life. Wouldn't you want to do that? Don't you want to do that? Monica, doesn't that sound awesome? Right? Tag you're it. Believe me, the people who were able to create the lifestyle and freedom that you want, all they want to do is get you there too. That's why they freed up their time. They freed up their time to be able to work for you, become their boss. Right? Tag somebody in. Oh my, has anybody got this? Oh my gosh, Sally would be perfect for this. This is incredible. Sally is awesome at this. I know she's been doing this before and she's a whatever, but you're like, yeah, but I'm only a whatever. Yeah, and you just don't talk to Sally, right? Because your confidence says no. All our job here is to intrigue with connecting to people, intrigue them with something and connect, right? 4 steps. Intrigue, telling a story, or asking a question. If it's the business, asking a question. So if you borrow somebody else's story, someone else's confidence, so if you're in here like, you know what, I kind of resonate with that. I am a little bit kind of I don't have really the confidence because I'm only this. That's self-talk. Believe me, an ambassador is no different than a star. Believe me when I tell you that an ambassador or a person that you edify is way up there, they're like, oh, but they're way up there. Their personal production, what they do is no different than a star or a bronze's. Personal production, they're no different than you. They're no different. It's about duplicating. It's the duplication that creates. It's the people on your team that are doing the work. It's not them. They didn't go out and get $1 million in sales. It wasn't them. They did their 2,500 or they did their 3,000. We can all agree here that we can go get 1,500 business volume points or 2,000 business points or 2,500, right? You can build a team like that in a year or two. Can you not? I mean, I think that's doable, right? $2,500 in sales, maybe within 2 years or a year. Be here in a year, growing and trying different things and watch what happens. Consistency over time. So 2 people a day, hold yourself accountable. Get yourself a book. Get yourself a book and write down what I would suggest. This is write down everybody you talk to in a month. And at the end of the month, this is your job. This is your thing, right? So So, and this is uncomfortable. It's going to be uncomfortable because you're going to be like, "Yeah, you know what? It sounds easy. I'll do it. I'll write it down." But if you write down and if you write things down and at the end of the month, you say, okay, you know, who agrees that 2 people a day? You could talk to 2 people a day. Everybody, 2 people? You could either in passing or in a text message or whatever, but phone call was the best. Talking is another thing, and text messaging. And don't rely on Facebook. Well, I made a post on Facebook and no one's talking to me. You can't rely on making a post on Facebook. You have to take intentful, consistent action here to talk and try and change the world. I don't know about you, but the world's suffering. I want to make a dent in that. I do. So every day I walk up with intention to talk to my 2 people. They bring up a conversation. Write them down in your book. The date, the month, and the date, the person, what you did. I spoke to Bob at the grocery store, and what action did you take? I got his number and I told him I would send him some information. I sent a video. And then the doozy. This is the doozy. This is where all the fortune is. Everybody know? Mary knows. I bet you fortune is starts with an F. Fortune's in the, you want to take yourself off mute? Fortune's in the
Follow-up.
Okay, Donna, build, awesome. Fortune's in the follow-up. Exactly. So that's the most ickiest part. The follow-up. You've done everything. You've done step 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then all of a sudden it's, well, you know what? The next day, I always follow up on the next. Remember I said I'm going to send you some information between 7 and 8. What time? She says 7:30. And I said, okay, thank you, 7:30. I'm going to follow up with you. To make the follow-up less icky, because we're afraid of the follow-up usually. The follow-up is usually, that's the time when the rubber hits the road. That's the yes or no. And we don't want to know. We would rather have a maybe than a yes or a no. We would rather have a I'm not sure yet, because just the sheer fear of the possible no stops us from wanting to get the answer. So please make sure that you follow up the next day, because it's not a no. It's not a no. It's a not right now. Our job is not to get customers. It's not to go get customers. It's not to convince. It's not to go get customers. It's to care and share. And care and share in a manner in which is going to narrow them down so they don't go on Google. Okay, what was that stuff called? So the Happy Cope? No, interesting. I'll look into it. Okay, you're going to look into it. But you didn't send them your link. You didn't send them the information. The thing is you're sending the information and you don't say, if you would like to, I could send you some information. No, no, not if you would like to. Or you say, I'm going to get you some information so that you have the best possible information to make your decision. I'm willing to, I'm going to do this because it's the best thing for you. And it is. Do we not want them to get the best possible information? Would you rather them, like most people, well, I don't know, I've got to figure out what's in it. I had a woman the other day looking at all the ingredients. It was crazy, looking at all the ingredients. I said, you know what? I don't know. I said, after 4 years here, I said, I don't know. Listen, it's all natural and it's plant-based. Just know that, okay? Well, what are the specific amounts of whatever? I don't know. I can get you some information. I'll send you a PDF. And it'll explain. It's all natural and plant-based. What do you just went to the taco shop to get tacos? Did you ask where the meat was? You didn't. Did you ask if the cheese was like organic? You didn't. You didn't give a crap about the tortilla shell. It was corn. That stuff's bad for you. So, I mean, you didn't care about that, but also like, what are you talking? And I called that person right up. Like, what are you talking about? I've been doing it for 4 years and I haven't grown a third ear or third eye or anything like that. Just relax. Send them some information, right? Send them some information from a PDF. Like that is in a PDF from your app. Send them that information. I totally went wrong. And if you want to pop off here, you're more than welcome to. But send them some information for that. Information does the talking. And then your job is just to follow up. Why? Because you're caring. And no other company does it. No other company actually really cares. Like no other company will phone you on day number 3 or day number 1 and ask you how you liked your car. Hey, you just purchased a $50,000 car. Just wondering, hey, how's it going? How are you enjoying that? How are you enjoying that? No, they're like, see ya. Day number 3. Hey, how are you? Day number 20. Hey, how have things been going with that car? We don't do it. Or that phone. Those are $1,000 and $50,000 purchases. You're doing what you say you're going to do in the best way of loving and caring on somebody. Care and share. Now, I talked about going and getting those bonuses. I mean, $50,000 at the end of a year for somebody is a big bonus. You, 25,000, big bonus. Yes, connect. Connect to somebody else and talk to your team member, or talk to somebody who you know has got the confidence to be able to walk you through that, and do it with the what? The we game. Not the I game, but the we game. If you're doing the I game, that's a sign to change something up. I've been doing this all by myself. I'm not connected to my sponsor every day. We're not having this fun stuff that he's talking about. Well, go create it. It's up to you to create it. We can create that, right? So if I was going to build a team, fresh start, and I was going to build a team, I would focus on business partners. I would just repeat what I did. Focus on the opportunity. The opportunity is just that, an opportunity. A lot of people, because don't have that confidence in the business side, I'm only a whatever, self-talk. Believe me, you're not only a something, you're a something. And a something's better than nothing. I can tell you that. So be your number one fan. Remember, you're the weirdo. You're the awesome person. You're the person that wants better for yourself. And gosh darn it, you're doing it. So attach yourself with the person with the belief, okay? So what you want to do is focus on the opportunity. Talk to your sponsor and have their story. Ask them to share their story. If you got your sponsor and your sponsor somewhere, or maybe you have to reach a few levels up, talk to that person. Introduce yourself. Hi, Shane. My name's Aaron. We've never spoken. And, you were talking. I was wondering if you could maybe share your story, and I could share my story about what happened to my life. Those are the opportunity calls. Usually those opportunity calls are people sharing how this business has changed their life. What you can do is attach yourself to stories. Attach yourself to Ian's story. Attach yourself to Ricky's story. They're actual real stories of people just like you. At one time, somewhere, were no different than each other. Some people had just a little bit more intention. Some people had a lot more intention. Some people had a lot more, they took it more seriously. Some people took it and they ran with it harder. Some people, instead of talking to 2 people, talked to 20 people in a day. Some people out of the gate they just did something different than you. That's it. But we now have the ability today to be able to ride on what they learned. So if you're new to this, those people learned how to do it by actually trial and error. That sucks. That takes forever. Why do you want to walk through the same minefield that they went through doing your trial and error? Why don't you just ask them specifically? And that's what these training calls are sort of for, is to get you further, farther, faster, learning from people who drudged through the mud, doing it the hard way, learning the simple, easy, duplicatable way. Reach up to your sponsor, reach out. Who can I talk to that's in a place where I'm at, right? And have a little conversation. Hey, let's talk. We love to do it. I would do it. I know if I would do it, Ian would do it. I know Carrie would do it. And I know Ricky and Jessica would do it. We would all do it. Whoever you edify that was going to give you the most amount of confidence, reaching out to your people. If Ricky can do it, if Jessica can do it, if Ian can do it, if I can do it, believe me, you can do it. And that gives you what? It gives you hope. Because if I can be a complete weirdo and goof around and whatever, and I can do this business, you can do this business. Because we all have the same beating heart. That's it. That's all you need. And a belief. And if you don't have it, borrow it. So go and grab some business partners, present the business opportunity with your newfound confidence, because you're borrowing it from who? The person you're going to connect to. I could get us on a call with and that person is an amazing, helping, loving, caring person who just wants to, and they're so nice and friendly and whatever. You don't have to say, well, they're the top leader in the company. No, nobody wants that jazz. With whatever they relate to, right? The person's a loving, caring person. You connect them with a loving, caring person. If a person, if you don't have your confidence and that person wants money, then reach out and give them to somebody that's got money. Just connect them with the two of the best residents with them. Business partners. You can't do it alone. I was talking to a partner of mine, Maheen, yesterday, and she wants to get 1,000 customers. 1,000 customers. And I said, that's awesome. She wants 1,000 customers by the end of the year. That is awesome. So how many people do you got to speak to? How many people have you spoken? She's brand new, pretty much brand new, been 2 weeks maybe. And she says, well, I've spoken to 20 people. and I've got 2 customers. This is okay, 10% of the people. So that listen, I hate math. I don't really know math, but it's pretty simple. This one's simple enough for me to do. That's 10% of the people you speak to become customers. So if you want 1,000 customers, how many people do you have to speak to? Right? You've already gained this formula, this ratio, right? 20 equals 2. So 10% of the people, 1,000 people, she has to talk to 10,000 people, right? To get 1,000 customers. But that's one way of thinking about it. And you can run and do that, absolutely. But it's going to take a lot of time talking to a lot of people. Now you think, okay, 10,000 customers in 10 months. How many is that per month? It's like 900 people a month you got to speak to. So now 900 people a month divided by 30. What is that? 30 people each? No, whatever. It's a lot of people a day, right? Like 30 people a day. Is that 30 people a day? It's a lot of people a day, right? That's my point. 900 people a month times the day to divide it by 30. Somebody help me. I think it's 30 people a day. It's 30 people a day, right? And then they're like, ooh, it's been a struggle to do too. Now I got to do 30 based on my own ratios. Yeah. Or you can tweak some things with those rabbit ear things, Aaron. Those rabbit ear things. You can tweak some things. Maybe your delivery is a little off. Maybe you can increase those ratios from instead of 20 to 2, it could be 20 people spoken to 10 people. That's one way you can do it. And that's the way we do and we grow. Or be like me, do it the simple way. I don't like, that's a lot of work, man. You kidding me? 900 people to speak to? Why don't I just have 3 people join me in the business? And we can all talk to 300 each. Or why don't we have 10 people join me in the business? And then that's just whatever the math is there. Or is it 3 people? Whatever the math. See, it's terrible with math. So if you do it the I way, it's a massive amount of work. If you do it the we way, not Huawei, we way. You guys know Huawei? It's a cell phone company. Squirrel, we way. Okay, do it the we game where you have invite people in. Okay, if the ratio is 10% people spoken to, you want 10 customers in the month. Okay, 10 customers, you can do it all alone, or you can have 10 people join you, or 4 people join, or even 1 person join you. Share the load to your 1,000 customers. Share it. How many times do you want to slice up that pie? And how many times? Just keep slicing it up and create a team and focus on that. Usually it's just a focus, shifting your focus. That's all. Shift your focus instead of going customer. The incentive of the 50,000, 25,000, 15,000, and the 8,000, the incentive is to change the mindset. They're incentivizing you to change your mindset, to create the thought of business partners. So hopefully that worked for you. And it says, man, I want to go get that. I want to get my people. They incentivize you with a tool to give to somebody else as a incentive, as a prize, to help incentivize the conversation, help incentivize that person that wanted to join, and to help you build your business pertaining to that. Same thing as the rank runner or the cab bonus. So the comp plans are there to incentivize you to take action. If you ain't Action Jackson or Action Tammy, you ain't doing the action, then shop's closed. We got to take that intentful action. Commit to yourself. Do 2 people. Ian was with me at the beginning, Ricky, and everything like that 4 years ago. It doesn't mean there were anything more different or anything like that. It's just timing. I would rather start this business today than I would have 4 years ago, for sure. With all the tools that are around right now to do this business for me, and we had to be the top. That was a lot of work back then. And so, I don't know where I was going with that, man, squirrel. Anyways, so I'm going to get off the call here. If anybody has any questions, put up your hand and answer. Incentivize yourself with these bonuses. It's just prompting you to do the action it takes to build your business. I would implore you that if you've been doing it as the I game, make an immediate switch to the we game. If you're not connected to somebody who has the belief that you wish you had, go get connected today to them. Okay. Be their friend. Be like you're sitting at a coffee shop. Schedule a meeting to talk to that person and talk to them and borrow their belief. because all we want to do is spend our time getting you where you want to get to, where you want to get to, where you really want to get to. Okay. So if there isn't any questions, and that was really long, and probably I did that long, probably because they'll say, Shane, please don't do that anymore. Don't get on the call. Whoa, it's like my out. It's like when you're a guy and you're like, don't worry, honey, I'll do the laundry. And then you put the reds with the whites, right? And you completely screw up all the white sweaters with the one shirt. And like, you're never doing laundry again. And the guy's like, yes. Nobody's experienced that. Go mess something up. And they're like, you're never allowed in the kitchen cooking ever again. You burnt and caught the kitchen on fire. Okay. Right? No. Anyways, there we go. Okay. There wasn't any questions. No, doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. Okay. All right, guys and gals. Thank you very much for everything. If you messed up, you obviously need more practice. Oh boy, it goes the opposite way. No wonder. Okay, have yourself a fantastic day. Thanks for the smiling faces. Thanks for participation. And thanks for showing up for you. 2 people a day compounded over time, 30 days is a lot of people. 2 people, write them down in the book and keep track of what it is that you're doing so you can hold yourself accountable. So when you're like, this doesn't work, you can say, shoot, I actually didn't, I only got 2 names in my book. That's the best tool, is hold yourself accountable just for 1 month. Do it for 30 days. 2 people for 30 days and watch what happens. Write it down in the book and you can see for yourself what it is that you did for yourself that month. I do love you all. If you feel like reaching out, reach out to me anytime. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your Saturday.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.